He's the fastest player in Warriors franchise history to record 100-plus rebounds and 100-plus assists. Pretty impressive. I think what was more impressive, he goes 11 for 11 for the free throw line, and he has the awareness to say, you know what, I have to clean up the turnovers. He had 5 turnovers tonight, which he'll look at the box score and say, you know what, I need to clean that up. But overall, what a terrific game for Jimmy Butler. Knowing that Stephen Curry wasn't in the lineup, knowing that he was going to have to pick up the scoring, and he just controlled his game in the fourth quarter, Bully.
And Bonte and Festus, he prefers to pass. He wants to set his teammates up. Like you said, Bonte, without Steph Curry, he knows he had to go play off Jimmy and get the points. But to me, it's his playmaking. You know, look at these wide open shots he's creating. Jimmy's the type player you can game plan for, but you can't stop him because of his multiple talents. His ability to score one-on-one, his ability to get to the paint, to create shots, and his ability to get to the free throw line. And this guy has been such an incredible impact on this Warriors team. Because not only you acquired a great player, you acquired a great player that addressed all your weaknesses. And this guy's just been incredible since he's been here.
All year long, we talked for the Warriors about who was going to be the second scorer on the team. You know Steph Curry is going to come out and score. Jimmy Butler, we've heard about playoff Jimmy. But this right now is when Steph is out the game, that second scorer became the first scorer on the team. And he can do it all. He can rebound the basketball. Jimmy can create shots for his teammates, which is a lot of what he did tonight for Gary Payton. We saw the shot right there. We see a lot of cuts from Moses Moody. He activates other players, gets them going. The bench is more efficient when he's on the floor. These are all the things. I think for the Warriors now, the next level to their game is if you can have Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, that defensive lineup and offensive unit, if they can find a way to get that going, they're still working on the chemistry. 5 turnovers, you said. He's still figuring out that chemistry a little bit. But if you get that going, that's really what your best game plan is going to be for the playoffs.
He's a great scorer. I think he's a better playmaker. And Bob, you talk about playoff defense. Think about trying to guard Steph Curry. They double team Steph outside the 3-point line, because I think teams feel confident, you want to get away from him and he won't get it back. But now teams are very reluctant to double team Jimmy Butler at the mid post because now you're really opening things up. But he just gets off the dribble. One dribble, he's in the paint, 2 feet. He's got the ability to go over the top and score it. But more importantly, look at those wide open shots he's creating for his teammates.
Yeah, GP2 with a big 3 there in the second half. Brandon Podzinski with 2 threes down the stretch there as the Warriors close this game on an 8-0 run to improve to 5-1 on the 7-game homestand. They washed away last night. Last night's terrible loss to the Denver Nuggets, that's a thing of the past, Fezzy fell. We're going to hear from Steve Kerr on the other side as the Warriors rally against the Milwaukee Bucks. What a win for the Dubs. Now, the Warriors, we said it would be difficult, but they slowed down the dynamic duel. Giannis and Dame were averaging 55 points together, the highest scoring duo in the league. They scored just 36 tonight.
And they made him volume shooters, Bonte and Festus. And I thought it started with Draymond Green on Giannis. And I thought Moses Moody started off on Dame and then GP2. So they combined there and just made it really tough for the superstars of the Milwaukee Bucks.
11-34 combined for Giannis and Dame. Dame Lillard just 2 of 9 from the 3-point line to keep the turnovers down. Just got to throw away that third quarter, Fezzy. 10 turnovers in the third. Otherwise, they did a great job of taking care of the ball.
You know how you counter that, Bonte? If you turn the ball over, you hit 17 threes. All right? Our offense beats that every time. But for the Warriors, this is a confidence builder. You had a really terrible third quarter. And being able to turn the game back around, being able to really seize that moment and still be able to come back on the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a team that has 2 great players. And to be able to win a game like this is a playoff atmosphere. It's very physical. Without your star player, this is a game that you can walk away from with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, you make 17 threes. You go 23 of 26 from the free throw line at 88%. And then fast break points, something the Warriors early on had struggled, 18-9, so +8 there. So they did all the hustle points. The turnovers, to me, I thought it was a reaction to the Bucks getting hot in the third quarter, speeding up, trying to get it back too quick.
What a win. I mean, it sets you up for Thursday against the Toronto Raptors where you can get revenge against them for that loss north of the border earlier this season. You can end up completing a 6-1 homestand, which you all said beforehand. You go 6-1, that's found money right there.
I mean, the biggest thing is Steph got to get some rest. That's important. And the Warriors just got to win back-to-back against a really tough opponent. That's something you can build on. Going against the Toronto Raptors, it's the same thing as they learned the last game. It's you cannot lose your focus and focus on the record of the other team. Every team on any given night has the chance to come out and beat you. They can get hot. So one thing you have to focus on is the personnel. One thing you can walk away from in this game tonight is that the defense can show up for you in moments when you really need it. So when you go against the Toronto Raptors, understand personnel, understand what you need to do in that game, and come out and put your foot down from the start of the game.
Yeah, finding ways to win in different fashions. Without Steph tonight, obviously, the offense was going to be a little bit different. But I thought tonight individual defense stepped up. But I thought the fourth quarter had a playoff atmosphere to it. It was a lot of half-court possessions. And I just love the fact, the execution and late in that shot clock with Jimmy Butler, especially those two wide-open threes he got for Podziemski.
All right, let's take a look at the final team stat comparison for tonight as the Warriors hold the Bucks to 17 fourth-quarter points, shoot nearly 42% from the floor, but the three-point line, 17 of 44, nearly 39%. They out-rebound the bigger and longer Milwaukee Bucks by 18. The assist numbers, you get back up to 25 assists there. The turnover is something they'll want to clean up, but they make up for it at the free throw line, going 23 of 26, missing just 3 free throws after missing 12 last night. Let's hear from the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, presented by BMW.
What went on in that 16-0 run you made end of third quarter, beginning of the fourth? What flipped there for you think?
I thought Jimmy's 3-point play at the end of the quarter was a big one, getting fouled and knocking down the 3 free throws. And then, we felt good about that lineup that we put out there to start the fourth. It's been a great lineup for us. They really made a nice push. QP hit the big 3 from the corner. There's a good flow with that group and good two-way lineup. So they made a great run, and we were able to hold them off.
Steve, between Jimmy's sort of rescue mission almost and Draymond's defense on Giannis, which of those things do you think just led this victory here?
Well, either one is worth the headline. Draymond, that defense tonight on Giannis was incredible to hold him to 5 field goals. Draymond showed why he's still one of the great defenders in the world and why he's so important to winning night after night. I thought it wasn't just the defense, it was the leadership, it was the energy. It was such a professional effort by our guys, coming off of last night's loss, to respond the way they did, to put together a victory against a great team in a game we really needed. But Jimmy, played the whole fourth and just took over the game. We ran every play through him down the stretch, and that's a big-time weapon to have.
Jimmy's kind of been hinting that, he could kind of break that out when needed. Do you even have to have a conversation with them going into a game like this, or does he just? No, he just knows. He's been telling you guys, I know, like when it's time, he'll do it. Tonight it was time. Last night in the comeback, he kind of took over, and so he just does whatever is necessary. And I think it's a good game for us to play actually without Steph, because it sort of forces the rest of the team to play a game without him and to play through Jimmy and to see what we've got. So, like I said, I thought it was a big-time win. Brandon played a huge role in it. Such an important stretch, down the stretch, knocking down those threes and offensive rebound. And you see what he means to our team, his anticipation, play after play at both ends. He just feels the game, and that's huge.
To follow on that, how quickly did you notice his comfort tonight, Brandon?
Yeah, he looked strong, and I think sometimes if you have a midseason injury, it keeps you out a week or two. You come back really strong because you're already in really good shape, but you get a little bit of a rest, and you come back with a lot of force and energy, and you could see it from him right away. So it's great to see, and hopefully, we're able to sustain, the health, and we can ramp up his minutes. And it was fun to watch him play tonight.
You mentioned Post with that group to start the fourth. Yeah. Looked like a little bit of a high wire act with him. Some turnovers, but he hit some good shots. Is it just a matter of hanging in there for him in a game like this?
Well, he gives us the spacing that we need for Jimmy to drive, for Draymond to drive. He's not just a spot up shooter. He's tough. He's physical. So I believe in Quentin, and I think we're better, when he's out on the floor for those reasons. So he had some big shots for us tonight. He had a couple turnovers, but he's still learning the NBA and, feeling his way through things. But I love how confident he is, and he's helped us win a lot of games this year.
Steve, what do you think happened?
All right, now Steve Kerr discussing Quentin Post there, 14 points, 4-9 from the three-point line. But how about Buddy Hield? We'll show us highlights in a second here. 5 of 7, 4-6 from the three-point line, 15 points and 6 rebounds. He stopped by with KB for a little one-on-one.
Buddy, on a second night of a back-to-back, especially the way that you guys lost the previous game, what were you thinking heading into this game as a team about the urgency to play a little better and get this W?
Just come out with a lot more force, a lot more pace. We just let Denver, just fall into the little trap game they had going on. But, we got to flush that. We can't dwell on it. It was 82 games, and we came out and responded the right mindset. We made shots early. We guarded. We defended. We get out in transition. We run. Jimmy was great. Great to have Brandon back, and everybody just did the little things to contribute to a win.
Yeah, and sometimes when Steph isn't playing, it just takes – the offense is different. Everything flows differently. But for you, man, it was flowing tonight. What worked so well?
Just picking and choose my spots. Of course, Steve runs some plays and to get open, and just doing the right things, letting the game come to me, and when an opportunity to then shoot the ball and make a play for my teammates, or defensively, just make the right play.
And defensively, Draymond really set a tone tonight, making sure Giannis was uncomfortable, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, he's elite. He's all world. That's what he's great at. That's what he do, and he's our leader, and he leads on that end for us especially. And it's great to have a voice out there on the basketball court, and it's the reason why he's a defensive player of the year and a 4-time champion.
Was Draymond talkative heading into this one? I mean, he was kind of saying we're not going to lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, we that was kind of the feel. We know we dropped one last night, and that's how the NBA is. You just got to find a way to respond, and he was one of the main guys in the locker room talking, and we had to respond, and we responded the right way.
Sure did. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
Again, Buddy Hield with a nice night, but how about this defense? We saw it from the first quarter, the opening tip-off where Draymond Green blocked a Giannis shot. He took the challenge, goes 0 for 6 against Draymond's defenses. He had 4 block shots in this basketball game, 3 points, but 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I thought he was a dog on that end of the floor, Fezzi.
Well, it's a luxury for the Warriors to have a guy like Draymond Green being able to guard an incredible weapon in Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's a guy who can get down the hill. He's outside, size-wise, length-wise, all up and down the court, speed-wise. But Draymond has a high IQ that helps him be able to guard a guy like this, be able to understand time and place, time and score. Draymond had 5 fouls in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left in the game. And that's so easy for anybody else to foul out of the game. But like we talk about that high IQ, still staying aggressive and understanding where to push and where not to push. And he still did a great job closing the game out for the Warriors tonight.
I thought it just set a tremendous tone to start the game with Draymond Green taking on the one-on-one challenge of guarding one of the best players in the league in Giannis and shutting him down. Really, he did a great job on him. I thought it led over to Moses Moody guarding Damian Lillard, GP2 guarding Damian Lillard. And I thought the players around them, the team defense was much better, not overhelping in certain situations. They got big-time stops. And I thought, all the hustle points the Warriors got overcame their turnovers. Now, the turnovers in the third quarter were somewhat sloppy, but they go 11-0 on second-chance points. They out-rebound a bigger team 52-34. Mm-hmm. They make 17 threes. They make 23 free throws. So that overcame those third-quarter turnovers.
All right, let's go flying above the rim, courtesy of OAK.
Who is it?
It's your man. It's your boy. It's JK, Jonathan Kuminga.
What we got?
What we got here? GP2 on a miss. 3.
Man.
They just cleared the runway.
What's going on?
Wow.
JK, look, he had a rough third quarter, no doubt about that. He was 2 of 10 overall from the floor. He did make all 6 of his free throws to have a solid night, 10 points, but just 2 rebounds, and the turnover bug got him in the third quarter. But a nice little highlight there for JK.
Absolutely. That is what JK can bring to the Warriors. He can use his athleticism, his versatility. He can get to the rim, offensive rebound. We talked about the hustle points being so important tonight. Those are all the things that JK can bring. I think he's still feeling his way into the Warriors. They've been playing with a lot of great chemistry. Through the time that he was gone, the Warriors figured out some formula for each other, how to play together. Now, Jonathan Kuminga is going to be really important. important because he gives the Warriors a different dimension to play with when the playoffs come around. You can't just run up and down the court shooting threes. You got to have guys to go inside. This is why Jimmy Butler has been so important. When Jimmy goes to the bench, Jonathan Kuminga can be that guy. He can get to the cup. He can play one-on-one with guys. He can get buckets at crucial moments. Tonight was a tough game, but he still had flashes where you see what JK can bring to the Warriors.
Yeah, the bench was a huge factor tonight, too. 39-13. Jonathan had 10 points.